Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope you're doing well today. Welcome back to another Cars 3 diecast review. Today, here we have the pace car from all the Piston Cup races in the movie, Pat Traxson. So, without any more talk, let's dive right into the review of him. So, as you can see, just your typical Cars 3 red and black packaging. I don't know if you guys have seen the new 2018 packaging yet, but it's pretty awesome, and we get the image, like an art image of the car on the package, which is how it always used to be until Cars 3, so I'm glad that they brought it back. And if you haven't seen it, I recommend that you try and find it because there's a lot of cool stuff coming out for the year. And instead of saying Cars 3, it just says Cars, and there's like a background of the desert. It kind of seems like, I'm not entirely sure, but I know I just rambled on about nonsense and just complete randomness, but I had to say that just because it's a lot of exciting stuff. So anyway, this is one of the cars that comes with a bonus collector card, so always exciting. If you guys haven't seen my review of Ed Truncan, you should check it out, link in the description below, because he came with a bonus collector card as well, and they're really awesome quality, so we'll take a look at that when I get him out of the package. So that's pretty much it. He's got a Florida 500 one because he's obviously the pace car, and that's the big race. There is a choking hazard because say you break off that antenna there and then you choke on it, and then you can't sue Mattel because they put a warning hazard thing there. Anyway, the description reads, blindsided by a new generation of Piston Cup racers, Lightning McQueen, right there, finds himself suddenly pushed out of the sport he loves. To get back on top, he will need the help of a young race technician, Kris Ramirez right here, inspiration from the late fabulous Hudson Hornet, and guidance from a few old friends along the way. And some of these other cars here on the back are really awesome. Actually, all of them are really awesome, and all of them I do not have, which is so sad. Rust-eze, Kris Ramirez, of course, Louise, Nash, H.J. Hollis, Kris Revstopski, Phil Tankson, and Terry Kargas. These are all really awesome cars. I cannot wait to get them, but I just haven't found them in my area yet. Although hopefully soon, because Walmarts and Targets across the nation and across the world, well, stores in general, because Walmart and Targets aren't everywhere, they're getting in these new cars. So hopefully you can find them despite where you live in the world, because I know distribution is not always the same everywhere. But, you know, hopefully you have a decent shot. So yeah, these are all really awesome. I think my favorite will probably be Rust-eze Cruz, just because of how iconic she was in the movie. Then maybe Louise, Nash, and Terry Kargas. Those are some nice ones as well. Now, I believe Pat here is in 2017 Cars 3 Singles Case K, and maybe another case as well. Really, Mattel is just inundating us with all of these new cases, with all of these new cars, so it's super hard to keep track and to memorize them all. So I'll just put the information in the description below. Like the main case, he might be in another one, but it really doesn't matter. I mean, just go to the stores and try to find what you can find. The case letters really are irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. So I'll be right back with this awesome diecast opened up. I have to say, it did pay me a little bit to open this guy because he was on such a perfect, pristine card back. But whatever, it is what it is. Hopefully I'll get another one with a nice card back in the future. I got this one on eBay a couple weeks ago from car lot sales for around $7.45 free shipping. You can check out his eBay store in the description below. The link is down there. And I definitely recommend him. He's an amazing seller. He has just so many cars, like every car that you could think of, he has it, and the prices are really reasonable as well, like $7.45 free shipping. That's pretty amazing because clearly I'm not able to find these cars in any of my local stores. So yeah, I definitely recommend him. And of course, what else was I going to say? I know I forget. I'm very forgetful when it comes to reviews like this. I know we have to talk about his appearance, his releases, and then get onto the actual car. You know what? We're just gonna move on, talk about his appearance. Yeah, let's just go with that. So obviously, when they wanted to show him for any specific race, whatever, in the movie, they sure did. I'll put some pictures on the screen so you guys can get your memories refreshed. I do believe like one specific time he appeared was after the crash at the Florida 500. And of course, pace cars are meant to pace the race. So when there's a problem like that, or at the beginning of the race, they just kind of drive around a nice, not so fast speed, a slow speed, and then, the pace car will pull off and then they'll all go. But sometimes they need to be held back for something like that. And obviously there was that huge thing with the Cars 1 pace car when McQueen had to beat it out to get in front of the King and Chick Hicks in the first Cars movie. So it's always been kind of prevalent in the Cars movies, except for Cars 2, because there was no pace car. I guess there just wasn't a need for one. But in Cars 3 there was no lines, but still a nice, necessary background character, just like Kris Revstopski, who was the flag waver. They're both pretty equivalent in my minds, and it's nice that they're different from Cars 1, and they look really awesome. So, as for his releases, only as a single so far, you can get him with and without this awesome collector card, but why get him without it when you can get him for it for the same price, unless you're on eBay, of course, and sellers change the prices, but I think Car Lot Sales sells them for like the same price for the most part. So other than his single release, he has not been released in any other way, shape, or form, but he might be in the future since he is a kind of relevant character like the pace car. Charlie Checker, the pace car for Cars 1, got released many times, so I would not be surprised if we see him next year, 2019, 2020, something like that. Alright, let's start here with the collector cards. So you cannot forget the stand. It's kind of like in the bottom divot of the blister, so don't throw it out. It's a very sturdy, nice plastic gray stand with a little notch in there for the awesome collector card. So for him, it's a whole Florida 500 one. Like I said, you have the Piston Cup on either side there in white with a blue background. That's inverted, so you have a white background. And you have the very simplistic, modern, next-gen, kind of like concept art almost of the stadium. Like it barely looks like it because it's so simple, but you know it is the stadium. Florida in red, so it stands out. And then 500 for, of course, the amount of laps. On the back, you have the Cars 3 logo, just like the packaging. And it's got like a nice like shine to it, almost like a rainbow sometimes if you look at it. I know it sounds weird, but there's some color to it and it's very sturdy. It's not that bendable. But yeah, don't try and mend it because you might break it. And it goes into the stand very nicely and sturdily, so you can kind of like hang it from upside down. And it's not going to fall out, so it looks really awesome. And it's going to be in the thumbnail because it makes for a nice little accessory thing in the background. So I really like this, especially since it's the same price and you're getting like way more. It's like the movie moments, with those pit stop barriers. It's almost equivalent to those, like the amount of plastic. And those were like $2 more, so amazing deal here. Like, I'm very impressed with Mattel. As I said in my review of Ed Truncan with his Mood Spring sign here. Same deal. I do prefer the Mood Spring sign though, just because, I like Mood Springs. Although this one seems to be a little bit more slippery. Oh, there we go. I thought it was slipping out, but I'm sure it would kind of like wear down over time and wouldn't be as tight. But that's okay. Anyway, let's move on to Pat now. Of course, he does have kind of just like a stoical expression because, he's doing his job. Not much to be happy or sad about, even though I guess I'd be happy if I'm the pace car because that's pretty awesome. And so he has like kind of like a darker gray eyelid there, and then the rest of him is white. Kind of looks like a female eyelid there, even though I know Patrick, that would be a guy's name. Or maybe it's Patricia, I really have no idea, but since the like eyelashes there are a little bit more defined, it kind of looks like a female character. But I don't think we have any confirmation, although I do think it is a guy. You have these two little lights, I guess, down here near the bumper. Black grille. Of course, I love this, like almost like an emergency Piston Cup logo with the red shield in the background and the golden Piston Cup. So it really draws attention that he's like an official, as it says right there. So on the side here, you have like all white. Then you have like part of a checkered flag there. I like the red and blue colors. Kind of makes them a little patriotic and it goes along with the Florida 500 color scheme. I like this Piston Cup logo here as well with like the new updated Piston Cup logo that you see on, that's a bad example because it's grayed out. But on Maddy McGear here, like that is the logo that they use nowadays, and that's kind of like what they used here on Pat. Although it's a little bit more enlarged, I guess you can say. official pace car there in white on the red background. You got some cautionary lights, white side view mirrors. Now this is a nice little plastic light bar here that's kind of transparent there. Two black things holding it to the roof. Moving to the back here, you have official pace car in that light gray color and this really awesome antenna. They never usually used to do like antennas on cars just because they're so breakable, but now they are doing it. It's like a rubbery plastic, but definitely be careful because I'm sure it would break off pretty easily. So back here you have official pace car again, taillights, the Piston Cup logo that we saw right there, a little adjusted. The Piston Cup is angled the opposite way. And then you have the Danaco logo there because Danaco is a sponsor of the Piston Cup, so of course he has to kind of be the advertisement of that. Is that a chip I see right there? That is a chip I see right there. That's kind of sad, but whatever, I don't really care that much. Now I really do like his license plate. So of course on the top there it says official and below it says pace car. So that's old news. And then we got the revelation, I'm fast. So I really like that. You just have I and then M without the apostrophe spaced out there and then fast. So that's pretty awesome. It's kind of just funny for the person or the car who'd be like right behind him. So let's say Jackson Storm is trailing him because he would usually be at the head of the pack anyway. And he sees that. I just think that's pretty funny. It's just kind of comical there because, you know, Pat's not a race car, but he's still fast, you know. They do have to go pretty fast. The pace cars do to, you know, keep ahead of all the racers, even though they're supposed to be holding them back. I'm not that knowledgeable about pace cars and races and NASCAR and stuff, so I'm just kind of giving my general knowledge. On the base here, you just have your usual information. Alrighty, so that's it for Pat himself. I did not know about that license plate until just now, so that definitely scores him some points in my book. Now let's move on to comparisons. So he's pretty much based on the raw torque redline model from Cars 2. You can see that they both have like those intakes on the hood there that are raised up, so that's pretty much the same. I do think Pat is a little bit thinner though, which would make him an entirely new mold. But like, yeah, I think he's a little bit thinner. But all in all though, they're like the same model, just maybe a little bit like resized. You have those two lights there on the bumper. Grills are similar shapes, same silver rims. Side view mirrors are different. Rods are just so big and obnoxious. I'm glad that they're not like that on Pat. Taillights are similar. You both have that dot right there. License plate. Pat does not have those big silver exhaust pipes though. So slightly different mold, but like generally based on this Rod Torque Redline model. Now let's see if he's the same. Well, probably not, since I know these guys here are definitely the Rod Torque Redline model, just a little bit raised up because of the bigger tires. But Mike 07 and DD 05 here, these are police cars from the unreleased short To Protect and Serve. If you'd like to see my review of them, link will be in the description below. Same thing for Rod Redline here. So they are the same model exactly as Rod, except for like, you know, the holes where they needed to put in the light bars and stuff. And they have a lot of stuff going on here. Like, check out all these light bars. They have 3 antennas each. Pat only has 1. And they are the same. Like, they're both black, although, or they're all black. And Pat's just a little bit taller. Really well done here on DD and Mike. I know we're not like reviewing them, but I really do like these a lot just because of the insane detail. If only they released a short that they were supposed to appear in, that would be awesome. I had to silently cough there, so that's why I didn't say anything. I hate those awkward silences though. So here are all their backs. You can see that DD and Mike are raised up above Rod because of like the tires, I'm pretty sure. And Pat is a new mold, so that's good to see. I always like new molds, even though they are, you know, they could be similar to previous ones. Like Pat is definitely similar to all these ones here, but still a new mold, so that's cool for sure. Let me know in the comment section below, out of all of these here, these 4, which one is your favorite? I think I'm gonna have to go with Mike 07 just because I love all the accessories and details on him, but Pat is pretty cool as well. Now the bigger question that I need to ask you is, what's your favorite pace car? Charlie Checker or Pat Traxson? You know what? I have to go classic Charlie Checker. He's been with me for my entire life, so I have to go with Charlie. CC, I like it. And you know, I'm sorry, Pat, but maybe you'll grow on me in 10 more years. Maybe you'll be my favorite then. But we'll just do a quick comparison here. Both do have the light bars, except Pat's is transparent clear, and then Charlie's is like yellow. So you can just kind of see how like the times have changed and how the Piston Cup now, you know, brands their cars, their pace cars, to make them look more modern and fit in with the next gens, instead of having like a boring circular Piston Cup logo that may have been nice to look at in 2006. Now it's just a lot more fancy with the stripes and everything and the updated 3-dimensional Piston Cup logo. But they both get the job done. It is nice that Pat has an antenna now though, and Charlie did not. Cool stuff. Alright guys, so that is all for my review of Pat Traxson. I don't know how long this was, but I feel like it was kind of long. I think I droned on about too much random stuff, so I'm sorry about that. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I don't know what I'll review next. Hopefully something that you guys will enjoy. I'm thinking of kind of like changing what I do on my channel, or just adding some videos that I never have done before. Like just entire collection reviews or videos, like all the Lightning McQueens or whatever. Because I feel like that is what people want to see nowadays. Reviews, I don't know. I just feel like reviews aren't as popular as they used to be, even though I love doing reviews. I know you guys like them, but I do have to keep up with the times and maybe like venture into new categories. So I'll see you guys next time for whatever video it may be. I promise it'll be something you guys will enjoy. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.